sparrows again. Sparrows again, ganged in the leafless brush of the fence row, shouting their gratitudes to the world. So commonplace a sight as to go unnoticed, but have you looked lately into the black fire of their wild eyes? Can you say your own life crackles with such passion for the moment? Have you ever dared to wear the weight of such surrender? What courage would it take to live like sparrows? We were all gods. We could disappear here and reappear 1,000 miles away. We could transform anything into money, love, hunger, work, leisure, suffering, death. We could see what wasn't there and hear what we wanted. We had the power to grant wishes, to punish without mercy. The spooks we worshipped looked exactly like us. We bowed our heads and all was forgiven. It was our world, a Garden of Eden, the promised land, paradise on earth. Oh, we had it good. We did. We were all gods, we were. It was the golden age of predators. I try not to be a cynic, but you know, I was living in Seattle at the time, and I would leave, metropolitan Seattle and drive down a series of successively smaller roads, from a 4-lane to a state highway, to a farm to market road, to finally a jeep track, that ended in a clearing, and then there was a trail to walk, and it was always up because that's where the lookouts are. People would come sometimes to my lookout, and you get lonely up here, and I'd go nuts up here, things like that. And I always go, well, what makes you think I'm not? But I may have been born to be a lookout, certainly been born to be an observer. But I had all the company I wanted, little ground squirrels would come in the house in the morning, and I'd stuff their little cheeks with sunflower seeds, and there were these little rock pikas, conies, that gathered grass and stored it in the rock piles. I just didn't have that much human company, which was fine for my temperament. And then every once in a while you get these kind of people. They're called bad company. They came noisy up the trail, the way their kind always do. Stop down the ridge to tumble boulders from the heights and cheer the frenzied destruction of gravity and stone. Flopped in my catwalk shade, consumed their packaged lunch foods, tipped canteens, and looked around as if they'd seen it all before. Agreed they'd go not sure to live alone like me through all these summer days. Gone, I got my broom and swept their footprints off my path. And pissed the grass where they had sat. Half an hour later, heard them off toward Burger Butte shouting down the cliffs, as if they thought they had words these high-blown slopes had waited through 1 million years to hear. Wait a minute, I represent the U.S. government. I must be nice to these people. This is one of my favorite poems. This is a poem that happened because I couldn't write. I was having trouble writing that day. So I wrote this little note to self that goes, close the notebook, put down the pen. Words are like trout, and you have spooked them somehow. Now they hover in the deep, suspicious of your motives. Sometimes you have to rest the pool. Now might be that time. Leave your desk. Go for a walk among the waking trees of spring. Look at the smiling face of the meadow. Put your hands in your pockets and be satisfied. You'll have your poem another day. Come back to this one. That's so serious. Stand where you are. Just stand there. Let the light fall upon your face and across your shoulders, onto your arms and hands, onto your feet bare on the stone. Feel how it celebrates your skin, how it rejoices that you are there, that it may in its way sing your name. Haven't you always been deserving of such praise? Has it ever been easier to be loved? I have a couple more and then I'll sing another song and then we'll drink the rest of the wine. So, it turns out the simplest things are the holiest. Ask any dying friend. Morning coffee, evening walks, laughter, work of the hands, shared meals. Every day we engage in sacrament without fanfare or ceremony. And in the end, it is not extraordinary achievement we find ourselves craving, but humble rites which keep us close to the ground, close to the moment, close to each other. Let us honor the dying by our earnest and abiding allegiance to ordinary grace. Back to mountains, I am home again. Writing my signature with boot prints on the forest floor beside dark flanks of Douglas fir. Once my dreams were filled with mountain trails leading up, always up to windy places where snow survived among the shadows in the summer. Up there the view was grand. I could see a long way, any which way I looked, and inward even further.